Oh, this is different.
Ooh.
Hello, and welcome to
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny.
with your hosts, Shannon,
I guess what I'm trying to say is I love to drink.
Sally Ann,
Did the smooth-talking gigolo convention let out early?
and Andy.
It's like saying that Pradas are just shoes or vodka is just a morning beverage.
Featuring Shiloh,
Oh, sorry I'm late. Oh, God, that sounded insincere. I'm late.
Eva,
Can't believe I'm at a public pool. Why doesn't somebody just pee directly on me?
and Adrian.
Anastasia Beaverhausen. Anastasia like Russian royalty. Beaverhausen like where the beaver live.
Nice.
Wow. We were not
Somebody's been
expecting
busy.
that.
Yeah, somebody's been busy.
I was
Karen Walker.
I was
Cheers
very,
to Karen.
All
very,
right.
very productive today.
You did all that
Like it.
today?
Yeah, I was busy today.
Wow.
Jeez,
I'm
and
impressed.
Crackers, I got so much done
He
today.
had it. He told me he had a list of things to do, and he got.
I did my
almost
taxes
everything.
today. I'm getting back.
And
I'm getting back the biggest refund I've ever gotten back.
so it's funny you just said that because I almost passed out before we got on here for a couple reasons, but let me start with the first one. I set my taxes in to my accountant on Friday, and so she just messaged me and said, "I'll call you tomorrow to get your bank information so we can send you a refund."
Woo,
I have
woo.
not had a refund in years, so I don't know if I'm going to be in trouble with the government if she's done it wrong or what. But hey,
It's on her. It's on her if
she's-
it's wrong.
she's
So
she's
yeah,
a professional, so I'm not going to argue
exactly.
with it.
You just
So-
give her your information.
That's right. Sign it.
Well, this was new at the end. I used TurboTax, and at the end of it, it says, "What you want to get your taxes back now?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I want them now."
As a-
So they'll give them to you now, and when they come in, they'll just keep them. And I'm like,
Is there a fee for that? I feel like
No.
there's something. Oh, really?
No interest. It's like a no interest loan.
Okay.
I'm like,
Because I've been doing mine on TurboTax for the last several years, but I always just have it
yeah,
direct deposited to
I
my
do-
account.
yeah, I do
mean,
too.
it just, you know.
it
Yeah.
just 3 weeks, but
Yeah.
still like, this is the first time. I'm gonna wait until it let somebody else do it first.
Yeah, right. Right. Let somebody be the guinea pig.
Easter cocktails on Andy if he's getting a big refund.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Hell
Would
yeah.
you too, Shannon? I mean,
Well, maybe Sally Ann, we could actually get paid for this gig if
maybe,
you got a refund.
maybe. Well, I haven't done mine yet, so I don't know if I'm getting
Okay.
a refund. So
Well, do those tonight and let us know on Sunday.
yeah, let me get right on that after this. Let me have a cocktail and then do my taxes.
Right.
I will say I've talked about this before. Where I live in what's called a historic preservation district, and so I get a break on my property taxes because of that, which is very helpful.
Yeah.
So my mortgage payment is a lot less than it would be otherwise because I get I think it's about 75% off my property taxes.
Ooh.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah,
Nice.
it's very nice. Very
Just
nice.
for
I can't-
living in that area.
Mhm. So
Wow, that's awesome.
so I can't move. Basically, the whole idea is they want you to use that money to improve
Yeah.
your home, your property, whatever.
Well,
And since I live in a townhouse in a condo, it's not like I've got to get out there and work on the yard or
Right.
paint or anything. I just pay my HOA fees.
and it's a
Nice.
cute area, so that's a
Yeah,
bonus. I mean, if
yeah.
it was a crappy area, you had to live there. but
Yeah,
it's
right,
It's a
yeah.
real cute area.
Well, you
Yeah.
know, some of these houses over here, some gays have moved into these houses over here,
Oh,
so it's
Lord.
legit now. I mean, it's totally legit, right?
the gays have arrived.
Once the
That's
gays
funny.
move in, it's completely legit. So
Oh my.
Oh goodness, that's too funny.
So it's number 9. 9 is fine.
Show number
Right.
9,
woo,
Wow.
woo.
and crackers.
Feels like
Holy-
1,000.
I know.
But I just look so forward to my Monday nights now.
I know.
Mhm.
And you know, some of my retail friends have been listening,
Oh,
which
yeah?
is really sweet. Yeah, some of my retail girls.
Oh, nice.
What have they had to
Yeah.
say?
They like it.
Good. I got several comments from people over the last 4 or 5 days about the episodes. Oh, this episode was so funny. I really like that one. Oh, blah, blah, blah. The Oscars episode was just the best. So we got a lot of
Well,
comments.
the Oscar one, I think the Oscar one was good, but I think you needed to watch it on YouTube because you needed
Yeah.
to see what we were talking about. But
Oh, I heard Oscars, so I thought maybe I should.
no, he was like,
Not
let me hop
yet.
on here real
Good
quick.
God.
He was
Not yet.
trying to fight his way into just being, the
I am a
host,
little
I
bit.
think. He's like,
I love
I'm
this
gonna get there
conversation.
early and log on and
Well, it's either that or log on late and they'll be like, "Where's she at? Where's she at?
Yeah,
Where's she
that's
at?"
true. It's true.
Because I'll forget.
So how was everybody's weekend?
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Good. It was good. Speaking of where I live and the neighborhood, that's what they had a nice little festival in downtown Plano this weekend, Texas Forever Fest. And so had a lot of vendors and food trucks and live music and free live music.
Nice.
So
Nice.
yeah, so I
Cool.
had some friends come up and we walked over there. It was a beautiful Saturday. The weather was
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And one great thing that came out of COVID, and thank you, Governor Abbott, for this, are to-go drinks, to-go cocktails.
There you go.
So like we started at Urban Rio and then got a margarita to go.
hmm
And then after we listened to a little live music, then we went over to Urban Crust and had a couple of drinks and then got another cocktail to go. So
Nice.
that's, if he's done nothing else, he got us to-go cocktails.
Right.
It's like New Orleans just walking around with a
I
cocktail.
know,
That's-
I know. It's just, yeah, it was great. But we had a really good time. We had a really nice
That's
time. So
Good.
that was fun. What'd y'all do?
Friday, I bet the boys out for a little bit.
Y'all started the roundup?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Saturday was just I got stuff done around here, laundry and whatnot, and Sunday church, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just a
What about you,
quiet,
Shannon?
quiet weekend.
I'm exhausted.
Exhausted.
What'd you do?
So Friday we had happy hour and I stayed out a little bit later than Andy. And then
No.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Saturday. Oh, I'll come back to that.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we did a South Dallas AIDS walk. We were there at 9:00.
Oh, I
on
saw that,
Saturday,
yeah.
did that walk, and then what did I do Saturday night? No, Sunday we had softball, so I won't steal Shiloh's thunder. And then
Oh, yeah.
then we ended up at the Madonna concert last night. I won't steal Eva's thunder. So
Oh, yeah. That's,
is-
yeah.
But the event we did Friday night,
Mhm.
and we stopped by the event yesterday, a different event, was for TBRU. So that's the Texas Bear Roundup, for those of you that are not in the know of the TBRU. And so it's this weekend where all these bears,
Bears.
big guys,
Big hairy guys,
Mm.
right?
big hairy guys come to town, and they have events all weekend. And so we made it. Let me be clear. I got guilted into going Friday night with him, the other one on the screen here.
Yes. Yes.
I
And
think
so
I've been down on the strip before when that's going on, and they're
Probably.
yeah.
it's crowded. It's crowded just because of the sheer size, but of the men. But
There's some
I
big
ended up
boys.
at S4 for bear dance, and it was like
Lord.
packed to the hills of
Wow.
people.
Was it really?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It
Oh
was
my
full.
gosh.
Eva, I thought you were going to let your liver rest after your birthday weekend last weekend.
Yeah, Eva.
What happened
Well,
there?
my liver said yes, but my brain said no. So
Okay. Okay. Well,
had
it's
different
fair
ideas.
enough. Yeah.
But yes, it was quite the spectacle. I'd never been before either. And needless to say, when Shannon left, it was still not too late. But when myself and my friend Dylan and my and Brandon actually left around 1:15, there was not one single space on the dance floor to actually stand or dance. It was completely packed.
Now,
And-
I saw a photo of the three of y'all, I think, and the caption was something about bears and otters. So am I to assume that an otter is hairless and a bear is, how does that work?
Shannon, would you
Explain
like
that
to
for those of
explain?
us. Yes.
An otter would be a skinnier bear or a trim bear. So
Yeah.
Somebody smooth would be a seal. Is that what it is?
I think it's a seal. An otter is a skinnier, hairy guy. But
Or then what's a dolphin?
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Shut up.
But then-
someone
but
that
then-
flips. A flipper.
But then you have like polar bears, which are old bears. Then you have like
Oh my gosh.
panda bears that are
There's-
Asian bears. Then you've got there's
Yeah.
wolves.
It's
Okay.
There's
just, it's too much.
anything you
It's
want.
too
There's a
much.
lot. I
All
can't
right.
keep up with
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So, but bears and otters are both hairy beasts. One is just smaller in stature than the
Yes.
other.
Usually, yes,
Yeah,
that's usually
yeah,
right.
Okay.
usually.
Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, that was our week. That was our weekend. Lions and tigers and lots of bears. Oh
Yeah.
my.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's
I was gonna
Oh
wear
my.
my Goldilocks costume, but it was at the cleaners.
Yeah, because you wore it all weekend. That's why. Yeah.
Did you wear a Goldilocks
Oh,
costume?
Actually, speaking of that, a Goldilocks is a female bear admirer.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
okay.
It is.
okay.
Okay.
I like a big burly man, so yeah,
There you
I
go,
could be a
Goldilocks.
Goldilocks probably.
He'll be
so,
on to do
yeah.
sports in a minute.
He's not here to appreciate that.
But Shiloh is always very popular these weekends.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's
Oh my gosh!
shocking, right?
We saw his new girlfriend around
Yeah.
this week a lot. And I think
I
it was
wonder
'cause
that.
he
I
was
wonder if that's why.
like, oh, she's here again. That's interesting.
She even went to watch us play
the
softball.
alleged straight guy, right?
She even went to watch us play softball yesterday.
Yeah, there you
so-
go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How'd y'all
I'll
do
let-
yesterday? Oh wait, I'll let.
Oh, let him do it.
That's Shiloh's, yeah.
But here's the funny
Coach Daddy.
part. I'll talk about it whenever he gets on because it's
Okay,
quite funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So what
Well,
are we drinking?
That's what I was going to ask Shannon. Can we assume?
Yeah, same old crap.
Okay.
Hmm. But I am
What are you? what you
I'm
got?
drinking out of a Shiner box.
Shiner.
All right.
So I'm
Pint
missing.
glass.
I miss the taste of beer. So if I'm
I
drinking,
love
out
a
of
good
this pint
Shiner.
glass, me too. And
I
I have
love
some
a
in the
Shiner.
fridge. Hmm.
Oh, I may have to buy some. I really like Shiner. That's gotten to be my favorite beer.
Yep.
I am back to drinking my Deep Eddy Ruby Red grapefruit vodka with some ginger ale. That's it's a good summer drink. It's not summer
Yeah.
yet, but it's a good summer
Yeah.
drink.
That was refreshing.
Yeah. Candy Beth, what you got?
Double Tito's, 3 olives.
Double Tito's. God. Okay, Karen
Wow.
Walker.
I'm
Wow.
kidding.
Wait, I was gonna say we were doing like juicy fruity drinks for
I
3
know,
weeks.
right?
Now we're into hardcore
Right?
just
I had,
Tito's.
I had a productive day. I'm having the businessman special, which is Double Tito's, 3 olives.
Businessman special. Eva, are you
Um,
drinking tonight or are you letting your liver rest?
I'm drinking smart tonight.
Okay.
I'm,
It's full of vodka. but
sorry.
I'm
okay.
supporting.
Right.
I'm supporting.
We have a
Shannon.
friend of ours that does that, by the way. Oh, she'll
Mm.
she'll remain nameless.
It's a she. Is it a she
Yes.
or a
Yeah,
okay.
it's a biological female.
Okay.
I'm supporting Shannon and having Tito soda.
Thank you, Andy. I don't-
Mhm.
Welcome to my
Alright.
cults. Welcome to my
Yeah.
cults.
I saw you had to
Yeah.
address the cult on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
Too
people
many
were worried
questions.
you're in an actual cult. So.
Yes. I had to clarify that I'm not part of a cult
Well,
yet.
I mean,
Let's just
kind
clarify
of,
that.
but
It
it's
can happen.
it's kind of, but
not
yeah.
not like a Heaven's Gate cult, right? Let's just be clear. It's not.
I find cults so very fascinating.
Oh,
though.
I love them. Are you
Those
kidding?
like
Oh,
if there
love
is a
them.
documentary on that or a
I'm on it.
limited series, I am all over it because
Yep.
I just feel like they just prey on the most vulnerable people out there, people that want to belong, people that are searching for something. And I mean, these people, and they spend all their money and sell their
Mhm.
soul and everything else, but I am here for it. I will watch it all. So
Yep.
You know what makes it even better is a cult leader with like outrageous hair.
oh yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
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 Like
Like that one,
for sure.
like the
The
one
way-
girl from
the way
church. Yeah.
way down, the
Yes.
big blonde.
Spe-
Yes.
oh, yes,
Was it
Gwen
yes,
something?
that
Gwen.
But
Mhm.
speaking of cults, that reminds me, Kenny asked me, he was like, when we were talking about Kate Middleton and Shelley Miscavige last week, he was
Mhm.
like, is Adrian with Shelley Miscavige and Kate Middleton? Because
No,
we have not seen Adrian in quite a while.
Week
So,
1, week 2. Was that the last
Yeah.
time we saw her? Week 2?
week 3.
Oh,
okay.
She has been busy with students because this is concert season.
Okay.
So
Okay.
all the show choir people
Well,
sing are asking for more lessons.
Yeah.
all time of day and night. So she can't say no. So
well,
So
one
that's
of our
just-
most loyal listeners has noticed. My sister has too. She asked about, she was like, is she coming
she's
back? or
no,
what?
she
So,
is. She's going to pop back in. It's just Monday nights right now.
Not good for him.
Not good
Got
for
it.
her.
Yeah. Got
She's
it.
like, because she texted me and said, "So can I be like Tina, just pop in every once in a while for this?"
Well, that was a one and
Well,
done, I
for
think.
this season. Yeah, if you can, as long
We'll
as you
just
don't,
leave that at that.
as long as you
So,
go,
yeah.
as long as you don't go crazy and try and sue somebody. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Well, after you miss so many weeks, doesn't she have to do the tiers again? So she has to work her way up from the bottom of the boat
Mhm.
all
Kind
the
of
way
like
to the top.
kind of like Scientology. You have to
Yeah.
start back at level 1, right?
She's
and
on the
work your
lower
way
deck
up.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my
She'll be back,
God.
but I've been like hanging on, just watching Kate. Everything
Oh.
she says and everything she does.
Well, I
still
I
think
was
she's-
seeing something today that they were like that speech was, they're like, it was AI generated. They were like, that's
Mhm.
not her, because then they
What?
showed some pictures, whoever it was showed
Yes.
some pictures of her at an outdoor event with that same sweater on in the past. And they're like,
Yes.
this is AI, that she's,
Yeah.
she's dead or in a coma, or
I think she's dead.
I don't not
No.
believe, I don't necessarily believe it, but I don't not believe it. Does that make sense? I'm not putting anything past the Royals.
Yeah.
So
One of the things, and I'm pretty good judge of this, the lace front, that wig line, that
that wig
hairline.
was not, but if she's having chemo,
Nobody has a hairline that pretty straight,
but if she's having chemo,
smooth.
but also if she said she's just starting her chemo, she wouldn't have lost
Mhm.
all her hair after her first
Mm-mm.
treatment anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah. So
I lost all mine after my first chemo.
you did, but you had like 3 to start with though. So
4.
4, okay.
Did you lose hair? Did you lose hair everywhere? So now you're a seal?
We don't
Is
need
that
to
what it is?
know. We don't need to know.
Everywhere.
Are those
Right
Sharpie
out.
eyebrows?
Mhm, mhm. They barely came back in.
Oh my God.
Ugh.
That
Yeah,
was
it's
one thing
fascinating, though.
that was one thing I remember when I got diagnosed with breast cancer. They did a thing, and luckily I didn't have to have chemo, but there was, they have all these support groups, and it was during COVID, so it was a little bit different. But one of them was talking about what that was like, makeup for people who have lost all their hair, because your hair kind of defines where your makeup starts and stops, right? And then eyebrows, and so you're having to draw all that stuff on. So it can be
Yeah.
very traumatic for people, and I get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
And I would be the clumsy one where I'm just like doing this, and then like out,
Your
and like
eyebrows are
probably like in
gone.
an event, and then all of a sudden I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, well, my eyebrows
Yeah.
are now on my hands.
My-
Yes, yes.
my only concern was, can I wear lip gloss? And they said yes.
Okay.
anytime.
Get that lip gloss on. Get that lip gloss on.
So what days are we celebrating this week?
Oh, well, okay. Well, I've got a list. So first, we've got 2 on here. I always want to, there are so many days, and some of them are ridiculous. So I always try to pick out like the best ones. Today is National Medal of Honor Day. I feel like that's worthy to,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
to point out, which also, and then the 29th is, what day is the 29th? Today's the 25th. So the end of the week, along with National Medal of Honor Day, on the 29th is National Vietnam War Vets Day. Another one that I feel like is worthy to be celebrated.
Absolutely.
Shannon, was your dad in Vietnam?
He what is it called? He got drafted. Sorry, but
He got
stayed,
drafted, but
he stayed stateside.
Stateside?
He
Okay,
never had to
okay.
go over. Yeah.
I was wondering about that when I wrote that down. So we've got
Yep.
that. On the 27th is National Joe Day for people named Joe. I only bring that up because it should be National Joey Bowie Day after after my
Does
sweet baby boy.
does
We'll
that
drink
ap-
on that.
does that apply to Joe Jones?
Sure.
That's wow. That's a
Sure.
blast from the past.
But yeah, so National Joey Bowie Day.
Her name
And
just popped up
then
on my feed.
and then on the 28th is National something on a stick day, like food on a stick, like
Hot dog
so
on a
put some
stick.
food on a stick. Yeah. It's actually and it's also Timmy's birthday on the
It
28th,
is.
correct?
It
Happy
is. It
birthday,
is.
Timmy.
Yep.
And then of course, this is Easter weekend. So we have Monday, Thursday, the
Good
night of the Last
Friday.
Supper, Good Friday, the day of Christ crucifixion, Holy Saturday, and then Resurrection Sunday for all of you who celebrate. It's the holiest week of the year. And that's what we've got going on this week. And anything else that I missed?
See, down
Is it
in
Holy Saturday?
Huh?
Is it Holy
Well-
Thursday or Holy
well,
Saturday?
down in
Holy
the-
Saturday, Maundy Thursday. It's called Maundy Thursday, or at least that's what we called it at the Presbyterian Church growing up. That's
Presbyterian.
um,
Catholic, it's Holy Thursday.
is it Holy Thursday? Okay. And then
Well, I thought you were-
Holy Saturday.
I thought you were Church of Christ.
Me?
Mhm.
No,
No,
no.
him.
Eva.
Well, he just went to Church of Christ schools. He was just
They
You're-
gave me the most
well,
money.
it's confusing.
hey, no shame there. No
There's-
shame there.
Because down here it's Fun Friday, Super Saturday, and Brunch Sunday.
Well, I've always said back when we used to go to Easter in the Park, and when Easter in the Park was like in its heyday, I feel like those days are kind of gone. I was like,
Yeah.
they've taken the holiest day of the year and just
Yeah.
made it into a big drinking party. But it was always a lot of fun with the pooch parade and
Mhm.
the bonnets. Are you working on a bonnet, Eva? Are you?
Mhm.
Yeah,
I am.
you are too, Shannon.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
mine is a fedora, not a bonnet,
Ah,
but
well.
it will be a decorated fedora. So yes.
Okay.
I went to
yeah.
Michael's today and picked up all my accoutrements for all of
I
them.
just remember
Yeah.
one year doing Easter in the Park, and I can't remember. I want to say it was Chris Williams who brought Jello shots in plastic Easter eggs, which
Oh yeah.
a
Somebody
great
did that. Yeah.
vessel for
Yeah.
Jello shots, really. So
Get on that, Eva.
Oh, that'd be. Oh, I could do some of that.
Shannon, what are you doing for
That'd be
Tim's
fun.
birthday?
Well, he is actually traveling this week and gets back
Oh.
on Thursday. So we're just gonna do dinner across the street Thursday night. And then I'm trying to figure out something for next week. I haven't decided.
okay,
yet.
Cool.
So yeah. trying to
where
figure
dinner where across the street? What restaurant?
So, Greenpoint. So it's a fairly
Okay.
new restaurant. It's actually where our friend Dylan works.
Okay.
Good seafood, very good, like very, very tasty
Nice.
stuff. So
Good,
I
good.
figured that was
That'll be
nice,
fun.
but easy, and it's across the street. So
Yeah.
that I have to tell you something because he is out of town. So we've been cooking a little more, right?
Mhm.
In the house. But he does most of the cooking because I'm terrible in the kitchen. Like I'm awful. Well, he left today. So I got home from work. I'm like, okay, well,
What am I going to do? Right?
I'm gonna cook something, right? And so I'm like, well, I could fix a salad. But I'm like, you know what I want? And we found this bread, which is 0-carb bread, and it actually tastes like bread. So I'm like, I want a grilled cheese sandwich because we found the cheese is not real, it's all this other stuff. So here I am, I'm making the grilled cheese sandwich. All of a sudden, I step away, and then the fire alarms are going
Oh,
off because I set off the smoke alarms. And it's beeping through the house. I walk over, there's smoke coming up. I turn on the fan. I have to open the doors. So I live in a condo building, so I have to call the concierge and go, do not call the fire department. It is just me
Oh
being
my
a dumbass.
gosh.
Oh my God.
We cannot leave you home
Oh,
alone.
shit.
Exactly. I'm like, never leave me alone at home. Like
They
this
can't
just-
even fix a grilled cheese, y'all.
No, I know. I was like, are you kidding me? This is terrible. So no more, nothing on the grill, nothing in
Okay.
the iron or on the oven, nothing. So,
Okay.
yeah. So, but it still smells like smoke in here. I'm sitting
Oh,
downstairs.
yeah.
I'm like, oh,
Have you got the doors open upstairs?
yeah, I've got the doors
Yeah,
open.
keep them open.
What kind
Yeah.
of cheese did you use?
I don't know. It's some, organic cheese. It's pretty good.
Oh,
I'll
I was
have to
gonna
get
say,
it.
if it was vegan cheese, because you'd have to step away for a while for that to
For-
actually melt.
No, it's not vegan cheese.
When it says it melts like cheese, Yeah,
doesn't-
about
it
2 hours later,
Okay.
Right.
it does not melt like cheese.
All right. All right. Sorry for the term. Okay. What are
Okay.
we obsessed with this week? Andy, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm obsessed this week and the next week because there's only 2 weeks left. For those of you who don't know and who are just tuning in, I have multiple sclerosis. So I'm obsessed.
Wait. You only have it for 2 more weeks?
Yeah, right. Fingers crossed. If
That's
he
what he
raises
said.
enough money this year.
So yeah, I'm obsessed with my fundraising campaign for multiple sclerosis to find
Okay.
I gotta give to that. Yeah.
to
Me
find a
too. I haven't yet.
cure for this
Yeah.
god awful disease that is the bane of my existence.
Yep.
But I'm not complaining.
When is the
Good
walk?
deal.
A week from Saturday.
Are we doing it? Are we doing the walk?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can't walk.
Well, we'll push
Is it-
you.
Is it next weekend? Is it
Yeah.
next weekend?
It's
If
up
you
at-
do it, Shannon, let me know.
It's
Okay.
on-
Not
it's on the-
Easter weekend.
Yeah, it's on the 7th. It's up in Frisco.
Saturday?
Hmm.
Yeah, let's do it. I think I can do that.
Okay.
Let's do it.
It's up in
Alright.
Frisco?
Hmm.
Yeah, but Andy,
sure
if we're doing it, you're rolling. We're
Yeah.
pushing.
Okay.
And I'm sure there's a good brunch spot afterwards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a
saying.
great idea. That's a great idea.
So
Yeah.
Alright.
a brunch spot with cocktails with mimosas.
Well,
So-
that's what brunch is,
Duh.
right?
So Andy, if any of our listeners want to help donate to your cause, where can they go to get information on that?
Go to my Facebook page or go to the IFOSH Facebook page, and there's a link on there that you can
Okay.
click and donate some money to me
Okay.
and sponsor me in the walk.
Right. All right, Sally, and what are you obsessed with?
I am obsessed with this J-Lo bullshit going on. So, and this is all on TikTok. She's apparently made some kind of documentary or
Oh, yeah.
film or something that she's self-funded and produced and all this. And then it's just all the kind of over exaggerations of how she grew up and being from the Bronx and all this, and which has led to on TikTok all these people coming out with their experiences of meeting J-Lo
Mhm.
and what a horrible person she apparently is. And
Mhm.
just like some girl was talking about, this was many years ago before she was as big as she is now. Like she was a waitress somewhere and J-Lo and her entourage came in to eat and they were seated and the girl walked up to wait on them and she looked up and goes, somebody else.
Oh.
That's all she said to her, was somebody else. And then another girl brought her a glass of water. This was another event, was told to bring her a glass of water. She took her a glass of water, was going to hand it to her, and J-Lo turned around and just drank it from the straw while the girl held it, like expected a person to hold her drink for her.
Wow.
Things like that. I'm kind of obsessed with just everybody coming out with their bitchy
Mhm.
J-Lo stories, because I've always
Wow.
thought she was kind of bitchy anyway. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me too.
there you go. That's what
Wow.
Eva looks bored with it, but
No.
Who are you, Shannon?
So, I had a couple opportunities for this to occur this week. The events that we mentioned of the TBRU weekend, and then at Madonna last night. I don't know if I'm obsessed or more intrigued about people's ability to wear certain outfits in public without having any shame at all. Like no shame at all.
no
Like,
shame.
I mean, and Eva can attest to this, especially on those
Mhm.
events we were at, Friday and Sunday. I'm like, nobody
Did they look
needs-
in the mirror and go, yeah, I'm good with this?
I don't know, but then the rest of us have to suffer by looking at it. And I'm all for body positivity,
Absolutely.
Lizzo, go team, whatever. But there is a little bit of restraint needed that I don't need all that. Right. And then, so that was it.
I'm
The
there with you
TBR
on that.
The
Yeah.
TBR one RU is a little bit different than the Madonna one. The Madonna one last night was all the cougars that was trying to dress like they were 18. And it was like,
Oh. Were they dressing like, or did you have any of them like our age dressing like a Virgin Day,
Oh,
all
oh,
the lace and
everywhere,
everything?
everywhere,
Bracelets and the
everywhere,
Yeah.
hair bow and yeah.
I could see
Everywhere.
that.
Did you take
Yeah.
pictures?
Shiloh's like,
Shiloh's
just go ahead and
intrigued.
send those to me. So
There was,
But
oh, go ahead, go ahead. Tim.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I made the joke to Brandon. We were standing there just waiting for a drink, and they all came up in the wedding dress and the
Yeah.
bouquet and the bracelets and everything. I told Brandon, I said, "See, this is what Madonna would look like had she aged gracefully, and not how she looks now." So they're actually like just
Yeah.
keeping it going,
Mhm.
Okay.
And
Okay. Yeah.
I get it. It was for fun. It was for a concert, and some of them were fine. But there are others that were like, "Oh no, you are way too old to be
Yeah,
wearing that.
yeah.
That lace in there. No,
Just
Yeah.
nope.
no,
Nope. Yeah.
no, don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it." So that's what I was intrigued with. What about you?
So
Eva?
was the lace at the TBRU one, or was it the Madonna one?
Yes, both.
Both.
Obsessed with, I will say, and my partner in the other room will probably scream when I say this. I am obsessed with this application called Monopoly Go. It is a game that you play on your phone, and it stays glued to my face. It's basically you're playing with all these different people. Roger is one of my friends on there, so and you collect these stickers.
Roger, who doesn't listen to the podcast.
Roger, who doesn't listen
Okay.
to the podcast,
Okay.
yes. So he won't hear this. But you collect these stickers, and then you make these friends, and you trade these stickers. You get dice, you roll, you get money. It's just
Is it real money?
stupid. No, it's just so stupid. But it's literally like become and then you have these goals. So you have to make so many stickers and these sets to complete.
The stress.
Yeah, and when you complete them, then you get like this bonus of like 30,000 dice. And so then you're
Okay.
like, but you can roll different dice numbers. You can roll like 1, you can roll 5, but the higher you roll, the more money you make. It's just nonsense. But I really need to like tear myself away from it because Rick,
They're
I'll
on
be-
it
what
all.
would-
They're on it all the time. They're
Yeah.
all.
Really?
We're all out
Really?
together and they're playing.
Yeah.
And they're
We're all
all on
together
it
playing.
together.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it's so crazy because when I was out, as I went out, my good friend Robert was here. He's still here, but we went out Saturday, and we were just kind of walking around, and I bumped into some people, and they had their phones, and they're playing Monopoly, and I was like, maybe they have this sticker that I need. Like, be my friend and send me the sticker. So it was really, and I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't be doing this in the club. Maybe I should be paying attention to everybody else. But
Yeah.
but yeah,
you
it
guys,
was.
but you guys at one point were obsessed with the darts game, also.
Yeah,
I mean, they go from game to game. They figure out.
yeah.
something.
Shiloh and I still play darts we keep an open game with darts, and so, but I don't play it with anybody else. It's just me and Shiloh. It's kind of just like, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
you
play
are.
I don't play that anymore. But yeah, that's what I'm obsessed with.
Okay.
Hopefully that
Wow.
won't be anymore. But yeah,
Shiloh, are you obsessed with anything this week since you joined us?
I'm obsessed with sports ball.
Okay, all
I
right.
actually have like things to talk about. I even made.
Okay.
I prepared. I have notes. I actually.
Holy
got-
cow!
All
Okay,
right.
we'll get
Wow.
We'll get you. We'll
We're
get
gonna
you.
wing
Yeah.
it. Yeah, this is the
You're-
most professional
We'll
sports
get
talk we've
you.
had,
Yeah.
All right, we'll go through over it real quick, and then we'll get to you. How's that? All
Okay.
right, Andy,
Yeah.
what are you over?
I am over. Oh my gosh. I'm over this bracket.
Don't worry, I've been in last place the whole
In
time. So.
in my defense, I thought this was softball. And I kept looking for the Titans and they weren't
Oh.
anywhere. So
They weren't there on Sunday either, so it's not going to be on your
I mean,
bracket.
I've bounced around from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 2 to 5 to
I've been
four
at 4 or 5 the whole time. I've never gotten
Oh,
higher
no,
than
I'm
4.
in 5 right now, but I'm not gonna.
Wait, we can see our ranking?
Yeah,
Yeah,
What are my ranks?
you're
Well,
number
we're
one.
tied.
You're in
Oh,
first
you're in
place.
first
I'm-
place.
I'm number
Oh,
one
we're
too.
covering
So
that. Oh.
Yeah, the 2 of y'all are
Uh,
tied for first.
I'm tied. This newbie is
Yeah.
tied for first. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't brag about that.
All right, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that in just a minute. Sally Ann,
Yeah.
what are you over?
So I'll try to be quick, but I'm over people who think it's okay to take their dogs anywhere. And the prime example, I saw a thing about it this weekend. A girl took her dog to Whole Foods and I guess the dog was in the basket, and the dog peed all over these fish sticks, which would
Ugh.
be in a cooler, right?
Oh.
So that's a biohazard. So, and she's kind of laughing about it, that has to buy all these fish sticks, and then she'll go to a different Trader Joe's that's a little bit further away. So that's like a biohazard. Now that people from Trader Joe's have to clean up, you've ruined inventory, all this other stuff. And if it's not a service dog, leave your dog at home. It's
Mhm.
Yep.
this
Mhm.
emotional support, or, oh, he's so cute, I want to take him everywhere. No, we don't all want to see it. So and now I saw a thing where Trader Joe's has put up signs in some stores that are like, service dogs welcome. Yeah.
Wow.
Your other
Wow.
dog can stay at
Yeah.
home. So, so I'm over that. Just leave your dog at
Yeah.
home. That's
Agreed. Or
there's
in
a
the
need
car.
there's a need for service. Yeah, just roll up
With the windows
and
rolled
leave
up.
it in the car.
Shannon.
There's a need for service dogs, and then these little yappy dogs that people carry around as
Ugh.
emotional support dogs just kind of mess everything up. So
Is it
leave the
per-
dog at home. Not everywhere's dog friendly. Leave
Look,
them
if
at
you
home.
if you can leave their baby in a car, you can leave a dog in a car.
Absolutely.
Come on.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
And most
Well, there's
owners think
really-
that and most people think their dogs are their babies. So I mean,
Well, so here's
there
the
you
thing.
go.
Here's the thing. If you're going out to run errands, don't take your pet with you. I
There
don't
you
take
go.
my cat with me to run errands. That's stupid.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I'm over. I think we should put a stop to this. So
Okay. So I am over, and I'm sure we're all over this, but at the concert last night, people
yeah.
who videotape the entire
Oh,
concert
God,
and
yes.
don't watch the freaking concert. Like,
Why?
Enjoy yourself.
I get it. You want to take a picture here if she's right there or your favorite
Yeah.
song. I get that. But people that are holding it up for like half or more for that concert,
How many
Why?
times do they watch that afterwards?
Exactly.
nobody, they don't
No.
watch
Exactly.
it. And if they
And
post
so,
it on
and how many
Facebook,
times do you watch it if they post it on Facebook? I don't
don't.
watch it if you
I don't.
post it on Facebook.
No.
Yeah.
Nobody watches it. It's a waste of time. You could have enjoyed the concert without having to sit there with your own.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's
yes.
the worst ever.
Preach it.
And I used to think going to concerts, it was the younger kids. Oh, no. That crowd last night was young, and there were a bunch of them that were doing the same thing. I'm like, you're just as bad as your kids.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I
Put your
agree.
phones down.
I agree. Just enjoy the moment and
Yep.
be done with
Yes.
it. Yep.
Exactly.
Yes. Eva, what about you?
I'm not really over anything this.
Oh, come on.
this
I've got a
week.
list. Do you want one of mine?
Well, I'll piggyback on you, Shannon, because that did annoy me last night. And granted, I did take, she sang. I've seen Madonna before. She sang the song that I've wanted her to sing the last time, this time.
Yeah.
And so I take a little video and I sent
Yeah.
it to Rick. It's it's my
Yeah.
favorite Madonna song. And then there was times where she was floating in the air.
Yeah.
And I'll elaborate over this later, but she was literally, I looked up and she's literally like right there in front of us. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking a picture of this. And I did take a couple of other videos, but for the most part, there's people the girl sitting next to me, I turned because I had a drink and I was picking it up and the cup holder, I kept hitting my elbow on her camera and she kept giving me this like, and I'm like,
It's her fault.
well,
not
I
yours.
didn't tell you to be videotaping it. And I should have moved a little bit over to the right and you would have been filming the
Right.
back of my bald head the entire time. But yeah, it was and then there was somebody in front of Brandon where we were sitting that just literally had his phone up.
And when
the
they
entire
hold it
time.
up the whole time, it's like in your face too. It's
Yeah,
like, get
yeah.
get it out of my way.
Yeah.
And he was at the aisle seat, so he kept moving to let people out.
Yeah.
But his hand was literally like up the entire time.
So it was a great video, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a
all
great
over the
video. It was
place.
like
Yeah.
it would give you motion sickness, but yeah, it was an absolute nightmare.
That's
just
ridiculous.
around.
All
But
right.
yeah, that's
Shallow,
what
you over anything?
I'm actually over geriatric millennials using Gen X technology to refer to videotaping instead of recording. Pick a lane. Pick a lane. That's it. That's all I got.
Either you're millennial or you're Gen X. Is that what
Right.
you're saying? One or the
How about
other.
the transition.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, Shiloh, you're up. Let's talk sports. What's going
Are you
on?
Coach
ready?
Daddy.
So quick, we finally played softball this weekend. Gay softball actually did happen, despite raining on Friday. Did it rain Friday? Yeah, Friday. And then it rained today for whatever reason last night
Yeah.
today. Yeah, so the baby Titans went 1-1. No one was injured, unlike the last time they played, where half of the team had a Charlie horse, which is another term that the millennials don't know what means.
I know
Really?
what Charlie Horse means.
You're stealing. And then the elder Titans went. I think we were missing 5 of our players. We went 0-2. First game we did pretty good. Second game we got our asses handed to us.
Spanked us.
But
Yeah.
now that we've
Happens.
finally played games again, we're off next weekend, and then
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
come back in April maybe. We'll
It'll be
see.
nice and
Right now.
sunny next weekend too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Gonna be
Plus,
beautiful.
Dallas has their Easter tournament, so we don't
We don't
play in that, so we don't have any games. Yeah.
See, and there's a history behind that a little bit. So the reason we never partook in the Dallas tournament is because it always interfered with Easter in the Park and brunch. So
Right.
Yeah.
our team priorities was more, well, would
Yeah.
you rather have fun on Easter Sunday or play in a softball tournament against other Dallas teams? We're like,
Sunday fun day.
no
Hello.
contest. So
And wasn't it the first year they did that nobody signed up and they moved it to October to not was it
interfere.
that
They did
happened?
move it
to interfere?
They did, yep, 1 year to move it.
Yeah, and then they moved it back because it interfered with Halloween.
Yeah.
And it's like those are the two big gay holidays. You don't do
Yeah, those are the two biggest
Easter and then
holidays, yeah.
Halloween. I mean,
Mhm.
so
Can't win for trying. Yeah, so that's our softball update, and then we'll dive into March Madness in just a second. But I want to hit on the Rangers because we finally start real baseball this Thursday.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Rangers
The
opening day, got
defending
Rangers hat
world
on.
champions.
Yeah.
I don't know if the banner's going to be. I'm going to the games on Thursday. I don't know if we're going to have a banner up, but in the background we have the GILF, as I like to call it, Globe Life Field.
Mhm.
I like your hat.
Grandmother's
too.
is
Yeah.
that the new hat?
Yes,
The new gold one? Cool.
it's not
Saw
gold.
that.
I don't want to say it looks like a Mexican hat because I don't want to sound racist, but it's kind of has a flavor to it. Yeah, it's still the city. The city.
Eva
Connect
will
hat,
tell
everywhere
you if
Texas.
you can say that or not. He's kind of turned into our.
No, you can't say that.
Now, Eva,
Hispanic hat. Hispanic hat.
would he wear it forward or is it cocked a little bit or
Uh,
backwards?
well, you would have to
What's the-
flatten the bill.
Oh yeah,
Like,
flatten
make
the
it
bill.
flat.
yeah, the
Yeah.
flat
No,
bill.
there's no curving of the bill.
I
Then you
can't do
would
the
be.
flat bill. I can't do the
Yeah.
flat bill.
I'm not a fan of the flat bill.
Me
at
either.
I can't do
all.
it. Yeah, I can't do it.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, that starts Thursday. That should be fun. Defending champions. And
Who do they open against?
the Cubs of all random teams to open up
Ooh,
against.
wow. That's weird.
Yeah, that's random.
Wait, it's cross divisional already?
So when the Astros moved to the American League, they had like an odd number of teams in each league. So that's when they play every series. There's a cross division game.
No, I didn't know. I thought it was more mid season, whatever. But it can be.
No, it's every series. Yeah, every series there is one. Like it's kind of annoying, especially at the end of the year, because you could be playing some NL team that doesn't matter as opposed to playing like the teams in your division.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's cool.
And then I went through a couple weeks ago. I went through when I was looking at tickets, went through the promotional schedule, and of course everything is some sort of World Series related. It's a replica jersey World Series. It's a bobblehead of the best. The best is actually, so if you guys watched any of the Eva, I know you did, Shannon, you did watch the series. So when we played the game against the Astros and Evan Carter, the rookie, made this great catch against the wall, stole a home run.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That's a bobblehead, and that's the bobblehead when we play the Astros in April.
Wait, with him catching the
Nice.
ball?
Giveaway, yes, but he's jumping up
Ah.
like full extension, catching the ball. So that's the bobblehead they're doing, the giveaway they're doing for.
I like that.
Yeah.
I love it.
that.
I love
Yeah. Rub it in their
those
face a
cheaters, yeah.
bit. Yeah.
For those cheaters.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's baseball. So that's coming up. I'm really excited about that, going to the game Thursday. So
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
standing champs, yeah, and it's usually the openers during the week are like a afternoon game, but it starts at 6:30. I guess it's going
Oh.
to be prime time televised, whatever.
Cool.
Nice.
And I'm taking a half day off, so hopefully I'm
You'll
sober when
have-
the game starts. Yeah.
Wait, you're taking a half a day off, so you will be sober when the game
No, I'm
starts?
Well, I'm taking a half day to tailgate and pre-drink. So I said,
Oh,
man,
you'll be
hopefully I'm still
pre-gaming. You
sober,
will
yeah.
not be sober when the game starts.
And who's got bets he'll be post gaming afterwards, Eva?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
It is a Thursday. I hear there's a happy hour that you guys.
Oh
do.
yeah. Well, you definitely will be then.
I'll make sure you guys at Peckers.
Ew.
You give
It's
you
a bar
give
for those listeners. It's a bar.
you give
It is
the
a-
the
it's a
post
cave.
game
Straight
rundown.
guys going to
Yeah.
Peckers. So yeah.
It's a Woody Woodpecker bar. That's all it is.
Yeah.
All right, now for the also sorry the new thing that so they have they always it's like the state fair, like they always roll out the new food that they have.
Oh yeah.
Like
What they got
it was a
this year?
big press conference. So
Oh, yeah.
Whataburger, I don't know if you guys are Whataburger fans. That's actually coming to the stadium. They haven't released what they're gonna I think it's just their normal food, and then Chick-fil-A is in there as well. And so Chick-fil-A is rolling out a chicken and waffles, but it looks like a taco.
Yep.
Um,
What?
Oh,
Yeah.
like a waffle taco with
like a
chicken in
waffle
it?
taco with chicken, like fried chicken, fried chicken strip.
I
And then,
like. Yeah.
Is
And then
is there syrup on it?
it was dry in the picture.
Shannon and his syrup aversion.
You
Sticky
can have waffles
fingers.
or fried stuff anyway. You're fine. Yeah.
Whoa, right?
But-
There you go. Good.
But more importantly, are they going to be open on the Sunday games?
No.
Probably
Oh,
not.
I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry. It's not Chick-fil-A. It's a Golden Chick. I'm sorry, Golden.
Oh.
I was about to say, I was like,
Sorry.
Chick.
Sorry. Golden Chick.
you know, I didn't ever realize that at my college we had a Chick-fil-A in the food court, and every Sunday I would want to go eat a chicken sandwich, and they were always closed, and it never dawned on me. Oh, I found that out years later.
Oh my
Bible
god,
class
Ava,
really worked on you.
seriously?
Really?
I didn't know that. I had no idea. No idea. Then
And
I was like,
Shannon,
well, it
I
makes sense.
Shannon, I think I may have told you before. My mom used to, when we were growing up, if we ever had like pancakes or waffles or something, when we finished, she'd be like, "Go in the bathroom and wash your hands and face with soap." She'd be like, "Because you're going to be sticky."
You're gonna be
So-
gross. You're gonna be gross all day. Ugh.
I was told that when I
So-
came in the house, even now as an adult, Sally Ann. So it's fine. Yeah.
But I know how
Unrelated.
Shannon feels about syrup. So
I do. Yes.
Yeah, syrup's a problem.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, new food items, and then the boomstick, which is their 2-foot long hot dog that you have a little holding tray. So they're turning that into the triple play. So it has nachos on it, and I don't know
Oh my
what the
God.
other thing is, or if it's just nachos. But yeah, it looks like it's a heart attack waiting to happen. So that's
Wait,
It's a-
wait.
It's
I
a
bet it's
2 foot long
good
hot
then.
dog?
it's a
good.
2-foot long hot dog. I have
Oh,
one.
2
like, I went-
foot.
2
Okay.
foot long. Yeah, 2 foot. Is that 2? Whatever 2 feet is. Yeah. I'm
Wait a
a guy.
I
minute.
don't
You
know
can't
what
trust
2
me
feet
when I do
is.
this,
I
yeah.
don't know what 2 feet is. So.
Your hands went out the right distance, Sally Ann.
I think they stole the menu, the new menu at the new Eagle in Dallas.
TBRU.
Did you see the
that's
menu
two hot
yesterday? The menu
It
was
did.
posted.
It takes 2 people to eat it.
They're opening up a kitchen in the new Dallas Eagle, and I saw the menu on it, and it had a double stack. It said 2.
Okay.
No, for real. It said 2 double patties, and I'm like, is that really
2
what you
double
should be eating?
patties? So it's
Yeah.
4 patties?
Yes.
That's too much.
It's too much, but
But like the 2 foot
TBRU.
long hot dog, that's like for a throuple. Like the one
Yeah.
person can hold it and the other 2 people can eat it. So
I mean, it's
it's like the throuple dinner.
it's right. You get one in the middle and one on the other end.
Yeah, one person holds it and it's people on each end eat it. So-
Love it.
Yeah.
Very Lady of the Tramp. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so that's the new food. So that
Are
years
you
ago
gonna
when
get
they first
one?
started- No, God no.
You're
So
not gonna
years
get
ago
one?
when they first did the boomstick, I had it, and like the first thing they tell you is like it's got a handle on it. They're like, don't grab it by the handle, because people would grab them, and it was like so much in there, just the bottom fell out.
Oh.
Yeah.
But that's the worst heartburn I've ever had. Like I shared it, but like I probably ate 3/4 of the 2 foot. Yeah, it was a lot. Yeah. So I'm not getting another one. We're good. I'll just get a regular size.
Do they
hot dog.
have a corn dog? I'm a fan of the corn dog.
I don't think they have corn dogs.
Or as Texans call it, the corny dog.
Corny
I
dog.
don't
Yeah, well, we
understand
invented
that,
it. Of
yeah.
course, we invented it.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that why it's a corny dog?
We think we did.
Because
It doesn't
everywhere
have
else
to
in the
do.
world calls it a corn dog. So
Well, go to the fair. They'll teach you. Okay, so that's it
All
for
right.
the Rangers. Anyway, really excited about
let's
that.
go to March
So,
Madness.
drum roll, March Madness. So we're gonna start with the women's bracket, because that's where
step away for a second.
I wouldn't say because Eva didn't participate in that one.
Because
Did
Eva's
you say
against
that 'cause-
women's sports.
I think he said that he doesn't think women's basketball is a real sport. I believe for the.
I forgot. I
Exactly.
completely
He
forgot.
said he hates Caitlin Clark or something like that.
my
So
gosh.
I don't know.
He should because they lost to LSU, but yeah. So Caitlin Clark, they're actually going to start with her. So there, if you haven't seen it, there's some videos online. So their very first game, in the first round, she did not play well. She missed a bunch of shots, and she's usually complaining to the refs a lot. Like that's kind of what the star
Yeah,
players do
that's
now,
her
like to
thing
complain to the
is,
refs.
yeah.
So there's a video of her dad in the stands
I
she's
saw
yelling
that.
at him, and he's yelling at her to stop. He's like, stop it,
Yeah.
and she's yelling at him in the stands. It's awesome.
I saw that. And it's like, even when your dad's like, shut up and
Yeah.
play, you
Mhm.
know, it's,
Why was she yelling at him? Was she mad at herself?
He was
She's
mouthing
just
at her.
complaining. She was complaining
was
about the
complaining, yeah.
refs, and he was telling her to zip it, I think, right? To
He
stop
told her to
complaining.
Stop it, and then he was yelling at their coach to bench her, to pull her out of the game.
Yeah, he was like, take her out.
Like, this
Wow.
is stuff that you see at like little league, like
Mhm.
crazy
Right.
parenting games, not adults. So it was kind of funny.
Wow.
They
And
was like
they won by like
won.
36, right? Like it was
They
a
won,
huge
but-
blowout.
But
She
she's
was
a
not
chronic
playing well,
complainer,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like her, but
Hope she
she's a
does,
chronic
yeah.
complainer.
I mean,
But
that's
they
kind of what
beat
the
it.
Spurs
Did
do
you
now,
say
yeah.
they beat LSU? Is that who they played,
No,
LSU?
So LSU was last year. That's what I'm saying. Eva doesn't like her
Okay.
because that was the whole
yeah.
like she was chirping at the LSU
Yeah.
players and they church back. Yeah.
And have you
Okay.
seen, like, there's apparently some article that's going to come out on Mulkey that's like she's doing
Yeah.
they're doing a lot of damage control
Oh
ahead of
yeah,
time.
yeah. I
So
saw that today.
Yeah.
interesting,
They-
yeah.
Yeah.
They gave her, the reporter's been trying to get her to give an interview for 2 years
Mhm.
and she's
Yeah.
refused. And then last Tuesday, the reporter sent a letter, whatever email to the LSU athletics, and we're like, hey, can you give us, we want these 12 questions answered. Can you give us an answer by Thursday? And
she
obviously
said,
they didn't. So they're running
Yeah.
an article. So she, part of her press conference after the game was bitching about this. And
Like she's already saying it, it's
Yes.
slander
A
or
hit
whatever,
job.
and
Yeah,
nothing's
hit
come
job.
out yet. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I think it's the Washington Post, and it's the same reporter who
It is,
is.
yeah.
did a slam job against Brian Kelly, who's the LSU football coach,
Okay,
or was the LSU
yeah.
football coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But let's
So
be,
I'm
but let's be
interested.
honest. I mean, she's awful.
trash.
So,
She's trash.
I mean, it's not gonna be a hit piece. It's gonna be the truth because she's
It's gonna be the
Right.
truth.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Right.
the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be the
I
truth.
mean,
Yeah, 'cause,
she's she's awful. She's
Yeah, she is.
you just have to find all you need to do is find players that don't like her, and it's easy to get them to say,
People will talk, right? Yeah,
yeah.
they've got nothing to lose once they leave. So
yeah.
And
Yeah.
she has bad taste in clothes. Who dresses
oh, it's
her?
so bad. It's
I mean,
so
she
bad.
makes millions of dollars. I mean, get a stylist. Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she could afford
I
it.
think she
It's
looks
bad.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's supposed to come out, I think, early this week, middle of the week at the earliest.
Yeah.
And I was playing
That's
right
interesting.
now against West Virginia. So
Are they?
yeah.
Yeah,
they're
so
up
the
by
women's
I would-
bracket is
yeah.
still their second round is still going. They finish up today, so they're still
Who's
they're
it?
still
Now
ongoing.
I'm not in first in women's. Who's the first in women's? I'm number 2 in women's.
So for the women,
You're in first in women, Shannon.
I'm in first place. So
No.
I pulled no I well I don't know
I
I pulled these. It could like again the games are going right now, so I pulled these like an hour ago.
Mhm.
So I was at first with 440. Shaded had 420. Sally Ann 370. Candy 320, and Eva had of course 0.
So it's updated since then. The two of you, the two Shannons, y'all are tied for first.
Oh, we were tied for
Right
first
now.
report. Sorry, yeah, we were.
Okay,
tied
y'all
for-
are at 440 each, and then me at 390 and Candy at 340. So
Okay.
So
we're all pretty close, and again, I looked before, so like Shannon has the potential to like you have to look at where their standings, but then you look at the potential points that you could still
Yeah.
get. Because like I was ahead of Shannon, but Shannon could still get way more points than I could.
Yeah.
Before I checked before, and then if you look at Eva's, but he doesn't have his on there. So that's where that was. Yeah, they're finishing up their second round today. So I went through and I obviously I know a lot less about the women's teams than I do about the men's, just because they're covered more. Not a hate
Sure.
women's sport thing like Eva does, obviously, but oh, he's back. Sorry. But so kind of an interesting tidbit because there are actually a lot of upsets for the men's bracket. So in the first round for the women's, only one lower seed actually beat a higher seed.
Oh, okay.
So you could have gone in and just picked every higher seed for the first round, and you would have
And
got
done
it.
really
then-
well. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, this is before whatever games just finished. But so in the second round, only three lower seeds or higher seeds beat the lower seeds. Right, said that wrong. Three of the worst teams beat the better teams, but two of those were like 4 and 5, so that's kind of a wash. But interesting comparison because with the men's, there were 11 upsets in the first round, where the lower seed
Oh
knocked
yeah,
out the
there were
higher
a
seed,
huge
11.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, the men, there will never be a perfect bracket for either one, just because it's even if it was 50-50, there's no way you could pull it off. But like, there's just
Right.
so many random variables going on there. But so the women's finishes up today with their second round, and they start back on Friday with the Sweet 16. And the first two rounds, they're actually playing in the cities of the higher seed in that little
Mhm.
grouping. So all of those schools, like LSU, got people up there. Iowa had people playing there. So that's once we get to the Sweet 16, we actually start having to the host cities. And for the men, I don't have any cool Caitlin Clark style video clips because none of the parents, I guess, yelled at their sons. But the standings that we have right now, Shannon's in first with 430, tied with Eva for 430. I have 420. SAP has 410, and Candy has 400. But Candy's not going to win, unfortunately.
I'm totally
Because
gonna
he
win.
picks the Gamecock. His
He picked
max is
So
low.
if the women's team is the Lady Cocks, is the men's the Boy Cocks, or
Mhm.
they the Gamecocks? Gamecocks.
The
They're just the
Dude
Cocks.
Cocks.
They're
Oh,
just the
no.
Cocks.
Oh, they're just the
The Cocks,
Cocks.
yeah, just the Cocks. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He picked them to win, which they are. They lost already, so that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Wait, you
Like-
picked South Carolina to win the men's?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you
Yeah, you
did.
did.
What?
Don't you remember
It
him
says
saying
so
he picked
right
based
here.
on teams he
Andy.
knows, based on the
Hey,
mascots, based on the
I-
colors?
I thought it was
Andy.
softball.
Andy.
So even I did not. I mean, I picked Mississippi State because I wanted it to go into the Sweet 16. I was hoping they'd be the Cinderella team, but I knew they wouldn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
Turns out they didn't even win the first round, but I picked with my heart on that. So,
You
you know,
can't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you messed up my bracket too because I picked for you also. See,
I didn't cause them to lose.
It was like solidarity. I was with you,
They
and then I'm
looked
like,
like a team that had never played together before. So all of a sudden, I'm like, wait, who is this team that just beat the shit out of Tennessee a few weeks ago or 2 weeks ago? So yeah, so I knew, but I wasn't going to pick them to go to the Final Four because I knew that they wouldn't do that. I mean,
Well,
I
I'm gonna
I
fill.
picked-
I'm gonna fill my bracket here in a minute.
you're going to fill out a bracket.
There is a second chance bracket, so it starts at the Sweet 16 going forward, so you have a chance to fill out.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm gonna.
okay.
Yeah, I'll do,
not
I'll do that.
ours.
I'll
No,
do
not
that.
Not for
ours.
us. Yeah, no, it doesn't count.
You're locked in on
I'll-
ours.
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Andy can by himself. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, he can do
I-
his own bracket. Yeah.
I
Go
had
ahead,
some
Ava.
help. I had some help with mine just because I don't follow men's basketball that closely. College
Rick?
basketball. Yes, Rick did. So he wanted me to tell you that me choosing Mississippi State to lose the first round, that
Was him.
He said, "Tell SAP it was me."
That's
So I
right.
was like, okay.
It's fine. It's
That's
fine.
right.
Well, my big bust was Kentucky because I picked them all the way to Final Four, and I'm like,
Yeah.
really? First round? Oh my god, that's
I was
Yeah, that was a
hoping they'd
big
get
upset in the first
upset.
round.
So
Yeah, I picked them too, but after the second round, or I think the third round, I think.
I think I
that
had
was-
them going to the Sweet 16. So
That was a big upset. It's gonna be interesting in the women's bracket because most of us that actually participated and didn't pick their softball team. We have Iowa State winning the whole thing, so we could very well end up tied for the women's because we all have kind of the same winner.
Oh, yeah.
But for the men's, I think we all have a different.
no, I
different
think
champion.
Shiloh, I think you and I both have Houston.
Okay.
So I was torn between Houston. I was either going to pick Houston or Purdue, I think, for the men's. I was torn. I saw a few people, their picks, and that, so I picked my Final Four and worked my way backwards. But we'll
Yeah, because
see.
for the men's, the number one pick was UConn, but 24% of the people that put in a bracket pick. I mean, it's small.
Yeah.
And then Houston at 13 and Purdue
Yeah,
at
I picked
10.
UConn.
But the women's is pretty close, like the Lady Cocks of South Carolina at 35%, and then the Iowa Hawkeyes, not Cockeyes, but the Hawkeyes at 28%. So they're kind of close, but for the men's, it's pretty split. They did not think that through when they gave those nicknames. And so
Those
it's kind
names?
of interesting, yeah, kind of interesting thing for the men. So all 4 number 1 seeds are in the Sweet 16. and that does not happen in a while. Usually one of them gets knocked out.
Yeah, one of them is usually out.
Elite Eight, and then at this point, at least one of the number ones is gone because nobody. We've had years where like even the top 2 teams playing are not. Neither one of them is a number 1 seed. But for the women's, it's not like it's usually there's the number 1 seeds make it all the way.
Yeah.
So I
So
saw.
has
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, has there been a Cinderella team coming out of this, or just
To win the whole thing, I'd have to check. I know UConn. So the last year that they
Gonzaga
had,
got close, right? Gonzaga.
yeah,
did
Gonzaga had.
Did
I think-
did they beat Kansas? But they
Yes,
were
they beat
ranked,
Kansas.
they were ranked pretty close. They were like but didn't there was somebody that won, like Drake or somebody, I don't know.
Yeah.
we're just gonna Google that real quick.
I was
Okay.
while you're doing that, I was reading an article where it was showing the preseason number ones and how they end up in how they ended up after the
Yeah.
season. And Kansas was the preseason favorite this year and got knocked out after the second round. And it was showing the
Yeah.
last 7 years, the preseason number 1 pick has not made it past like
No,
the Sweet
yeah.
16.
Yeah,
Like it's been a total
yeah.
bust.
It's kind of a curse, I think, when
Yeah.
you're
And,
picked.
Yeah.
and Kansas's best player is out for the tournament anyway, so that's why they were going to go with her. But you don't want to be number 1. I think the only team that started like wall to wall number 1 was Kentucky in 2014 is when we had the Final Four here in Dallas. Like the last time we had
Okay.
the men's Final Four, it was at AT&T Stadium. I went, and so you're basically watching the basketball court is smaller than the jumbotron you're
Yeah.
looking at.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting to see that. Can't really see the players when you're all the way up there, but Kentucky actually lost they were undefeated all throughout, and they lost the championship game to UConn, I think, actually. But the highest or the lowest seed to actually win the national championship was the number 8 seed Villanova, but that was before they had 64 teams.
Okay.
But they were the 8 seed, yeah.
Okay. And then talking about that, the Final Four, I don't remember, what was it, like 6 years ago? It was the women's, but Mississippi State played in the Final Four, and I will say that's when they beat UConn in the Final Four. It was one of the most exciting games, men or women's sports, I've ever been to, because I think UConn at that point had won like the last 110, 111 games. And
Ridiculous number, yeah.
yeah, and it went into overtime, and it was just, buzzer beater in overtime. It was fantastic. And then I think they played so hard that they got their asses handed to them in the next game by South Carolina. So,
Well,
but it was fun. I was glad to be there. It was
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
very historical game. It's very exciting. I'm glad I could be there for it.
Next
So.
winter, before we do March Madness, Shiloh, I think we need to do a fantasy figure skating league.
Michelle Kwan, Tara Lipinski.
Christy Yamaguchi.
Speaking of that,
Whoa.
though, did you see that male skater that got the highest score ever?
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
What's his name? Ilian or something?
Ilya.
Gonzalez?
He's
Sorry.
from
Is
the States.
American.
Yeah,
He's
he's
American.
Tanya Harding still skating? Can I pick her?
Oh.
Yes.
They need to
She'll do
redo that.
she'll do whatever it takes.
Yes,
They need to undo
Yes,
that.
she will.
They need to
Oh.
undo that mess that they did to her. They treated her wrong.
Who?
It wasn't her, it was her boyfriend.
I know.
Mhm.
So,
I'd
And
say
Nancy
right.
Kerrigan wasn't likable anyway.
Oh, she
Yeah.
was
Right.
not.
so Shiloh, 2 coaches that are obviously catching a lot of hell based on their is Calipari from Kentucky.
Oh,
So
yeah.
on the first round, he's getting, just beat to death, right?
He's
And
a
then
piece of shit anyway.
Yeah, and then
He is.
and then Bill Self, is it Bill Self from Kansas? Is that
From
his- that's
Kansas,
the guy,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And did you see they had I think it was the post game conference, and he was saying, and I know everybody's like he didn't mean to say this, I'm sure, but he was talking about how he'd already been thinking about next year for the past month, and like,
Oh,
what do you
Oh,
For the past
yeah.
month? Oh,
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
were you already checked out like
yeah,
a month
he's
ago?
like already.
I saw that.
That's kind of funny
Yeah.
because last year he didn't actually coach in the tournament because he had, I don't know if it was a heart attack, he had a heart condition.
Yeah,
He was in
something.
the hospital for the
Something,
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's surprising that but the team was not as good this year as they
No.
had been in years past. But
No. And did they lose a couple to the draft? I mean, that were pretty
They
good
did, yeah,
last
they did,
year.
yeah,
Probably.
they did.
Young ones. I mean, the young ones jump now. So
Like I think you just have to be 19 to enter the NBA draft. So typically they'll come and play. Kentucky's really bad about that, having the freshmen just to play for a year so they can go off to.
So they're not committed for any amount of time. Like I know baseball, you got to play 2 years if you go, right? Don't you have to play 2 years with baseball in college?
In
You either
college?
go, yeah, you either go out of high school or I think you got to go 2 years.
It's
think.
you can be drafted and still go. It's just if you don't agree, like you don't sign the contract you get for when you're drafted. Baseball's weird. Like the whole baseball. rules are
Baseball's weird. I really do. I think if you don't go out of high school, you've got to go 2 years, I think, but I'm not sure. We can look that up
Yeah.
and revisit it
Something we will have
another time. Yes.
not next week because we're off next week, but the week after that we can have that for you.
Yes. We'll revisit that. Okay.
And I did see one thing was one of the South Carolina players for the women entered the transfer portal. Is that the one that got
Already?
in the fight?
The one that hunt geese with a
Well,
rake?
Maybe. I think she was on the bench though, but
She was for the
anyway.
first game, yeah. Or the
Okay.
only game.
Maybe yeah, and she was coming back in, but one of their players entered the transfer portal, which I thought was interesting if they're
Oh,
number one seed and favored. I don't
Interesting.
could she still play though, Shiloh? Because in
Yeah.
football you can't, can you?
Yeah,
Or you
you
can't?
can.
Yeah,
You
she's
can,
through the
but
season. Yeah.
She
you
just
can in
transfer
football.
transfer portal's the worst thing that happened to college sports, I
Yeah,
think.
Yep.
agreed. Yeah.
Yes and no.
Yeah, I mean the thing
But
about
we can cover that during
Yes.
football season.
Yeah.
that's a
Yes
good
and
conversation.
no.
That's a
Yeah,
really
I
I
good
think
agree.
there's
Yes
some-
and
yeah.
no. Yeah.
yeah. But I do think that the what's it called, the ability for them to make money off their name and
The
their-
NIL. Yeah.
I think that's hey,
It's-
look, if they're bringing in the money for the school, they should get some cut of it at least. So
It's a
anyway,
cop out, right? So
Yeah.
the NCAA makes billions of dollars. Not even the universities. The
And they-
NCAA
yeah.
organization
Yeah.
billions. Like look at the contract they just signed for the college the football playoffs, like billions of dollars, and NCAA is
And the
refusing.
players get nothing.
to
Yeah.
pay. They get nothing. Yeah,
wow,
and
this
it's
has been
longest we talked. So it's Michi Johnson, Shannon, who transferred.
Yeah.
She's the South Carolina leading scorer.
yeah. Isn't that weird? What I mean,
Interesting. What year is she?
Oh, that's her. No, actually, I'm looking at a picture. I was like, that's a men's player.
Oh,
well, there's a women's one that did it too.
Because I googled women's basketball transfer portal, and that was the first story.
Oh, okay. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I made that up.
it's possible.
Possible.
Yeah, we don't know.
Wow, this is a lot of sports today. We're
I
very
know.
interesting.
Good.
Shiloh, wow.
I'm scared.
All right.
All right.
That's all I got.
I think it's time for Madonna. He's changed
Thanks,
his
Coach
shirt.
Daddy.
He's
I have
ready.
Shirt.
I have my
Oh, y'all all
shirt.
got on your shirts.
We all
Look
got
at
on our
you.
shirts.
Andy and I don't, but
Oh.
Just to transition from sports, you just turned this blouse into a blazer with all that sports talk.
it's black
Yes.
into a blazer. Shit.
Before we get to talking about Madonna, which happened last night at American Airlines Center in Dallas, her first night, she's actually there tonight as well, which I also was invited to go back. But after getting home at, what was it, 1:30 last night?
Oh, wait, she's there again tonight? She's doing
Yeah,
two
she's here
nights?
again tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, she's doing 2 nights. After getting home at 1:30 last night and being home at 2 o'clock the night before and 4 o'clock the night before, I was like, no, I'm good. I need to actually get some sleep. So I opted not to go tonight. But I think Brandon went again.
Again?
So
He did go?
I think so. But he had already told me if I go, I'm going to leave at this certain point because I've seen the rest.
Right.
So check in and then kind of check out. But before we talk about Madonna, I wanted to talk about just some things that have been going on. We did touch on the J-Lo thing, which I thought, was interesting, with her getting.
Have
a
you
lot
seen
of,
stuff about that?
flack.
Have you
I've seen
it?
stuff about that. Yes,
Okay.
I've seen stuff about that. And, that kind of, she's kind of having a glow up year this year with that movie that she did, that she had all these stars, which is basically chronicling her life or whatever.
Yeah.
Which she's 53, I think. So
She's
I don't know.
57.
Is she 57?
I think she's
Oh, I don't-
57. I'm going to
Oh.
look it up right now.
Okay, look it up. But
She probably lied anyway, so.
yeah, but I'm also thinking if you're already chronicling your life, does it mean you're going away soon?
I hope so.
which I wish I mean, crossing my fingers. Never been a fan, and not going to be a fan.
Me either.
Yeah, she
But-
she's actually, she'll be 55 this summer. So
Okay.
she was born in July 1969, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'm going to say
Um,
67, but
But yeah, so she's been catching a lot of flack, and I've seen the videos too, and it's interesting to see how these celebrities can go through their careers, and then when they finally want to tell their story, it kind of backfires on them, which I think is interesting because it's kind of, you see the rise and the fall. I'm sure she's going to rise above all of this. There are people out there that are already standing for her and saying, oh, she was misunderstood and all this stuff, but
she's
when you
always
have-
had the reputation of being difficult,
Yeah.
though, right?
Mhm.
I mean,
Oh yeah, and at least it's not like, say, a Meryl Streep, who, I mean, I'm sure she's had her days where she's been like difficult, but she's owned it. In
yeah,
the words of Lisa Rinna, our favorite housewife from Beverly Hills, she owns it, and I think that's where you get a little bit of a pass, where you say, yeah, I did things when I was younger.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
stupid. I was immature. Just we're human. But
Yeah.
when you have the ego with the way she has it, and a lot of
Yeah.
celebrities have it, you tend to
Mhm.
kind of just throw that to the side and be like, that never happened. Whatever. And that just makes her look even more worse, I think. But another one that just recently came out, a celebrity, she did a article for Vanity Fair, and or interview with Vanity Fair. It was Anne Hathaway, and
Yeah.
how she.
Oh, y'all love
that's-
Anne Hathaway, don't you?
No, that was a hard no.
I know, I'm joking.
She was talking about how she became basically box office poison after she won her Oscar. And it all stemmed from her Oscar speech, where she tried to be funny, but she came off snooty, I think. And I can't remember what all she said, but I do remember somebody said, Anne, I can't remember if they pronounced her name wrong, but she said, it's Anne with an E.
Hmm.
Or something like that. And it really
It's not pronounced any differently. My middle name is Anne without an E. It
I think they
sounds
wrote it wrong.
exactly like her name.
I think they wrote it wrong on the
Okay, well, that
winner.
pisses me off too.
On the
Okay, yeah,
envelope.
I get that. Yeah.
I think that's what it was. And she looked
Yeah.
at it and she goes, by the way, it's Anne with an E. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
Yeah, I won an
bravo.
Oscar, spell my name right.
Yeah. But how she
I'll stand by her on that. As someone who's had their name misspelled a lot, I'll stand by her on that.
okay. We'll give her that one. But she was talking about how she was box office poison, and nobody wanted to give her a job, and she was just like, they said she wasn't sexy, and blah 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 blah. But then how Christopher Nolan kind of resurrected her career after she won the Oscar back in 2014, or she won it in 2013 for cutting her hair and dying in a bathtub. Isn't that what she?
Mhm.
What movie was
in
that?
Les Mis.
Oh, in Les Mis.
Which
Uh,
had its better parts, and actually she was one of
No, there were no good parts.
There
in
were-
that
it was
movie.
awfll.
She was.
Oh.
She was the better
was
part
awful.
of that, though.
No, she wasn't.
No.
She was terrible.
No.
okay, so that reminds me, I have a question about that. Again, Kenny brought this up. I know, Andy, you talk about you don't like Les Mis at all, right?
I like the
But
part.
your girl was in Les Mis
I
at
like
one
the-
point.
I like the parts that she was in. She was the original
Okay.
Cosette.
Okay. So as long as it's Judy, you're good.
Yep.
Okay.
No,
And
no,
then-
no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, because you have to sit through the whole other freaking part of that stupid show just to see the
It's a
Cosette.
good show.
It's not.
No.
It's not.
It
It's
is.
terrible.
It's about a piece
Well,
of bread.
It's a loaf
Well,
of bread, but
Shannon-
okay.
Shannon, you might be able to relate now.
Right.
It's all about the
over
bread.
I might start a revolution for bread.
I think it's about to start. You got to thank Michael Little for that zero carb bread.
That
The
right.
revolution has now been put on pause.
But yeah, Andy talks shit about Les Mis, but then Judy
That's-
was
that's the
Cosette
point.
at one point.
It's a
Yeah,
horrible
so.
show.
Yeah.
It's not.
but
So-
One more day.
Did you see the latest breaking news that multiple properties linked to Sean Diddy Combs are being raided by
Yes.
By the FBI or
Yes.
Homeland
Oh,
Security or
no.
something?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not do
What's
my
Puffy up
research. I did.
to?
What happened?
Within
J-Lo's pissed that he wouldn't be in her
yeah,
Oh,
documentary and probably
Los
probably. She probably
Angeles,
called.
turn the
in
feds
Los
on him.
Angeles and Miami.
Oh, those are
yeah.
just two big places. Yeah.
Yep, I saw that.
Interesting.
Showed 2 men detained in cuffs at the Los Angeles property. Let's see.
Wonder what
Ap-
for.
nu-
What did
numerous-
Puffy do?
Numerous allegations of violence and sexual abuse against Diddy became public late last year.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah,
What
that's
Puffy?
not good.
What Puffy did?
Well, probably a lot. Looks like if they got Homeland
Yes.
Security on your ass,
They
that
got
means
Homeland
they got
Security.
something.
Ask J-Lo,
That's
did
not
he see?
good.
He may have been to what's his name? Island, Epstein Island.
Oh,
Right.
Epstein Island.
It
Oh.
says, though the exact case related to the raids remains unclear, the raids are reportedly linked to a sex trafficking investigation. CBS
Epstein
Homeland Security.
Island.
Yep, formerly.
Mm.
Wow.
Get him.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he really hasn't been relevant lately, so
Well, he hasn't changed his name in a while, so we have
No.
yeah. Oh, right.
Now he can't change it.
right. Now his new name will be convict number 123.
Right.
Um,
Kind of like what was the number in Les Mis? Wasn't he a
24601.
prisoner number whatever exactly?
You
Oh,
remember
It
that?
all comes together.
You remember?
I just remember Russell Crowe singing horribly.
Oh,
It's
Oh, he
awful.
was bad.
He was
He was
really
real
bad.
bad.
He was, and then that one girl's name that I can never pronounce,
Eponine?
I kept calling her Apollonia.
Epidural.
wasn't
Epidural.
that the girl from Mean Girls? Wasn't that?
No, she was
She,
Cosette.
she was from
Oh, she was Cosette.
England. Her name's Samantha something.
Ugh.
The
Yeah.
girl in the movie was
You're thinking of Amanda.
Seyfried.
Yeah, that's her.
Seyfried.
Yep.
That's her.
She was Cosette, right?
She was awful. Ugh.
You really? You didn't like her?
No, she can't sing,
She was
She
also
did good at Mamma
in.
Mia. She did Mamma Mia.
That was
and
so
she
bad.
couldn't sing there either.
She was also in what was
Oh,
Big
when
Love? Big Love. I loved that. Did y'all
Oh,
watch
yeah,
that
she
on
was-
HBO?
And she
That was
and
good.
she played the
the Blood Girl.
Yeah,
the blood girl.
There it
There
is.
it
is.
Elizabeth.
She was-
Elizabeth. What's her
Yeah,
face?
she was good in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What's the Blood Girl?
Theranos, where the
Not-
The one
not
that made
there,
that.
Oh,
laugh.
she was good in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
oh, really good.
Yes. Stick to roles where you don't have to sing because she cannot sing.
Oh. And you think Anne can?
Oh no.
Better
Yeah.
than Theranos.
Okay.
All right, Eva. What
Well,
about?
Michelle,
Well,
what do
I
you
think-
think about that?
We'll end it there. We'll end it there. We'll end it there. Okay,
I have
so
not seen that
let's-
play. No.
Let's talk about the March Madness that was last night
Back to
in the
Madge.
American Airlines Center.
Let's go.
Madonna.
March
Madge-
Madness.
Madness.
Yes, it was a magical night last night.
Oh, Lord.
It was so much fun, and
Okay,
Shannon
wait,
and I
wait,
will
wait.
be
What
discussing.
time? What time did she start?
Okay, so we arrived. We knew we had looked up her set list because people can upload their set list from prior shows, and we looked it up. And there was two most recent ones that past couple of days that she performed, and it was 10:30 was when they said she goes on 10:15,
That's
10:30.
bullshit. On a Sunday
So-
night? No.
So yeah, so we thought, okay, well, we'll do what we need to go do. We'll go have cocktails and then we'll get there around 9:30. So we got there at 9:30. We met up with a few of our friends that were going, PH and Kathy, and we had cocktails. And so we went to go find our seats, and she came out at 10:30. She actually came out at 10:30. And
But what time was she, what time did the concert start? I mean,
the doors opened at 8.
So she was supposed to go in at 9, we'll
Probably
say.
9.
I saw
Yeah,
something
right.
online that said, like, they announced at 9:45. They said that she'd be on at 9:45.
9:45.
That's
But
still so late.
I
Oh,
wasn't expecting 9:45. I was expecting 11:45.
I was
oh,
too.
it's so late.
But thankfully that didn't happen. But one thing that was interesting while I was getting the last cocktail before the show started was one of the bartenders was having to deal with somebody extra who was trying to change her drink after she made all these drinks and whatever. And so we were laughing with her, and she's like, I don't need to be dealing with these people that come in here thinking that they weren't here to order their drinks. I saw you, and it has to be 85 degrees in this building because Madonna said it has to be 85 degrees in the venue or she's not performing.
It was warm in there.
It was hot. And then when
It was
I'm
warm in
Wait,
there.
dancing
is
for
she
a
on
five,
blood thinners? What?
I don't know
mean,
what it
why
is.
does
I think
she
it's her
need it to be
voice.
so hot?
I think it's her voice,
Ah.
which we'll talk about the singing in a little bit, but I was thinking maybe it was just like a health thing, like she was wearing a compression knee brace because of her knee surgery that she had, and then but apparently it was her voice, but it was a little warm. There were a few times when
85 is a little warm.
Yeah.
With that
and
many people
with that many
indoors,
people,
that's,
yeah, because I think it was close to being sold out if it wasn't sold out. But she came out. She was introduced by one of the winners of RuPaul's Drag Race, who's part of her show, Bob the Drag Queen. And the Victorian, is it Victorian or is it the Marie Antoinette? The Marie Antoinette dress and getup that she did for the VMAs that one year when she did Vogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she introduced, and it was so much fun. It was really good. And then she opened up the show, and it was magical. Shannon, what did you think about the opening number?
I thought it was great. I thought it was amazing. Yeah.
She had on this crown, like this black outfit, and it was sparkly, and this crown, and
very Madonna, very Madonna,
very Madonna,
like
very
classic Madonna.
Yeah. I think at some point, like I was trying to go over like what to talk about and the songs and everything. And honestly, I think I blacked out at some points because not because I was drinking, but because I was so like enamored by like the being that close to her because
and you were hot.
And it was hot too. Maybe I was just delirious. But she had her stage set up where she had
stroke, but you know.
Yeah.
She had her stage set up where the back of the stage was there where she was performing, but she had like little road, like island stages on either side where she could come out. And the very end of our side was where our seats were.
Right there.
So she was literally like 75 feet, maybe like 50 feet, like in front of us. And she would come out on various throughout the show.
A lot.
Yeah, she did.
So y'all are like BFFs now. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She saw me and she was just like, yes. But there were
Did you wear a wig? Did you have a wig?
I did not. I just wore a Madonna shirt.
It's probably just as well because think how hot she would have been with a wig.
That wig would have been thrown on stage like the minute she came on after I heard the 85-degree thing. But she's now 65 years old. So I wasn't expecting her at 48 when I last saw her. But she actually held her own. There were moments where she had to hold on to some railings. And did she use the cane last night? I can't even remember.
No, but she had that leg brace on. Did you see
that guy, she fell off that chair a few weeks ago. That guy was dragging her and dropped her.
And when that came up, I was like, oh, this is it. This is where he dropped her. I was like,
yeah. She actually held her own. She did a little bit of choreos from some of the performances that she's done before. She looked good. I thought she looked amazing. You see her online and you're like,
her plastic surgery does not look good.
Yeah, but in person, I think it's I don't know if she's using filters or whatever on her pictures, but she looked good. I think
I thought
she
so
didn't.
Too. I was
she looked
surprised.
like herself.
Yeah,
she looked like herself.
Because the pictures I've seen online, she doesn't even resemble
even on the big screen, she looked good.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, and that's unforgiving.
Yeah.
And the name of the tour is the Celebration Tour, and she went into this whole after the first couple numbers, I think she went into the whole reason why she's doing, and it's basically chronicling her own life and every stage from the beginning until now. And I thought it was a really good storyline to have because it made everybody understand, how she put the set list together and how the songs flowed in with each other. I thought that was a really good. It seamlessly flowed really well, and she had I think 6 acts. 5 or 6 acts, chronicling
Wow.
each group, and each set had about 4 or 5 songs in each
Okay.
one. She performed until 12:30, 12:45.
And it wasn't like she took a 20-minute break. It was one song out, like they would do something dancing, and then she was right back up. It wasn't.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, usually
pretty
because when I
crazy.
saw her in 2007, when she would transition into the next set, she was gone for a good 10 minutes, and so that's when
Yeah.
everybody would rush to the bathroom, and go
No,
get a
you didn't have a
cocktail.
chance. You
You
didn't have a
last
chance.
Oh,
I mean, it was
really?
like, yeah, they played the transition music, and the next thing you know, the curtain drops, and there she is again.
Well, let's be
So-
clear though. You couldn't get another drink because the bars closed at like 10 o'clock when it started. So you're like,
Yeah.
They
well,
did
okay.
They did it. Yes, they did. But yeah, and then there was this
She was
moments
behind the
where
curtain doing a little bump of cocaine or
Right.
something, right?
Oh, that-
Full energy.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
with being, like I said, 65 and fabulous, I still think there's still that Madonna bite that she has. She's still very outspoken,
Bitchy. She was bitchy.
yeah, very bitchy, grouchy at times. She was telling the crowd, when she said something like, "How's everybody doing?" and everybody's like giving half screams. She's like, "Okay, I'm not going to ask you again. I've asked you once. If you don't if you don't respond to me the way I want you to respond to me after that, I don't want to have to ask you again." And so it's kind of like a little fun, banter she had with the crowd. But she spit on one of the people in the pit, and then she threw. She had a beer bottle, but
She
it was water in the
purposely
beer.
spit on someone?
Yeah, she
It
literally
was water. She spit out water at them.
Yeah, she spit out water into them.
Yeah.
And then she had water in a beer bottle. And she was telling us, she doesn't drink. She's been sober for a long time now. But she's like, it's just water in a beer bottle. I think it looks cooler because it's in a beer bottle. And so she just takes that bottle and just sprays everybody with water and then throws the beer bottle. And I'm hoping it was plastic because that beer bottle, and somebody caught it, but if nobody had been looking, you're like,
yeah,
knocked him in the face or something. But yeah, there were some really, really good moments where she did this number of one of her songs, and she had her daughter playing the piano, which was and her daughter's so talented. And she was sitting on top of the piano singing to her, and I mean, I don't really understand why she was singing that song to her. It was called Bad Girl, if you know her catalog, talking about being drunk by 6, and I can relate, but
I thought the other. Oh, I was gonna say.
You tell.
Well, I think there were some really moving ones, but the one besides the stage, she had these long screen curtains that would come up and down, and there was images that would, and so one of them that she did was Take a Bow. So that's that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Take a Bow. And it was all AIDS victims or.
That's cool. Yeah.
So it was really emotional. Like all these pictures that are being put up all over while she's singing that song. It was really, really moving. And then the other one that I really loved was the boxing one. So her stage, they set up these, like it's a ring, but the ring's made of lights. And so then they had the boxers came out and they were the dancers, and the gloves were all glitter. What was the song that they did? It was
was that Die Another Day? No,
I don't remember, but it was so cool. I was like, what a fun idea that you used. And they're like, and they would break up into their boxing rings and they would do all of the
cool
choreography. It was so cool. Yeah. I was like, those were my favorite parts. But
yeah, and she also had this American Airlines is set up for this, but she had this box that she was in, and she was floating, and she floated on this track that just went all the way up. And it actually was really cool for the people that were in the nosebleeds, not me or Shannon, but for those poor people, because they were just as close to her through that way that we
bless
were
their hearts.
That we were on stage. So it was like really cool. And she was dancing. She had a lot of wig changes. And those were fast wig changes too. And it was very interesting to see her swinging her head and them not flying off. Unlike when I put on the wig and it flies off.
Usual Madonna, she had great dancers. They were all gorgeous. They were all, and of course, I'm sure most of them were gay men.
Well, I wanted to
Stop it.
I know,
Stop
what a shocker.
it.
I wanted to ask you this, Shannon, and I forgot to ask you this last night when we were leaving. There was a lot of boobies.
There was a
nude-
lot.
There was a
There
lot of
was.
nude boobies.
Yeah.
But I was interested to know if maybe those were trans performers.
Well, that's what I wondered too. There was one song where they ripped off all their tops, remember? And
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not sure what sex that person is, but
Yeah.
they're all
yeah.
showing their boobs.
And everything's jiggling, and I'm like, oh well.
So
And
is
then
this,
there's
is
well,
this
and then
an-
there's parents with their children there, and I remember, and at our section there was a woman escorting her child out. So I don't know if she expected
You
this to
brought
be
your
like
child to a Madonna concert.
dumb.
And it's
What
past
did you
their bedtime.
expect?
It's
It's
Yes.
dumb.
school night.
it's just an older gender reveal.
But yeah, there were so many different parts. My all-time favorite part, there's two, but the second all-time favorite part was she did the song that I performed when we did our Madonna Rama show. She sang Human Nature, and I told Brandon, he was sitting next to me, and I told him, I gotta go. I knew the song was coming up, and he goes, what happened? Is everything okay? And I was like, she just sent a text to me. She needs me to get in that box and perform. And I need time to set up. And he looked at me and he goes, you are so dumb. That was a really good highlight, but she sang Burning Up, and Burning Up is my favorite Madonna song. And she sang it the way she wrote it, and she had performed it, but they made her change it. That's just a little back issue that I read. They made her change it to make it sound more poppy, but she played the
Okay.
electric guitar. It's more of a rock song than it is a pop song, and they made her fit to the album that it came out on, her first album, so that it would flow better. I have both versions, and it's
Of course
great.
you do. Yeah.
Of course, and the 12-inch version and the 12-inch mega mix version, and all of
A lot
that.
of 12-inch
Um,
stuff. So
Yes, the 12 inches. Who complains about 12 inches?
okay.
It's a lot.
But yeah, all in all, it was. I will go out on a limb. It was better than the one I saw before.
Oh
And,
wow, good.
Wow.
Good.
She sang a lot of older songs. And at the very end, she sang "Bitch I'm Madonna," which is one of her more recent songs. But she had all of her dancers out dressed as different
Iconic.
Madonnas.
Different
yeah,
Madonna.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what time did y'all get home? Listen to me. So what time did y'all get home? That's what I'm worried about.
I got home at 1:30.
Well, 1:30.
1:30,
Wow.
1:45. But we ended up leaving right when we walked in with y'all, and we walked right back out when you
Yeah.
walked to your car. So me and Brandon were walking, and we had to walk in the pouring rain because it started just a torrential downpour
Mhm.
right
Which-
as we're walking.
We could have given you a ride, you dumbass. That's all. I'm
Well,
saying.
that's what I was gonna ask you. As I was sitting here drying off, I came inside and I was like, I'm gonna go dry off. And he's like, Rick's like, what? And I'm like, it is pouring rain. And then I was thinking, that bitch Shannon didn't even offer to give me a ride.
I didn't know you were wanting to go home.
Well, we walked in, and
I mean, let's look at your track record the last couple nights. I didn't figure you would go home.
Right.
Yeah, right. That is
Come
true.
on.
That is true. I will give you that one. But when we walked in to Roundup and y'all left, we were just like, I told Brandon, I was like, do you want a drink? And he goes, no. You want a shot? No. He goes, I just want to go home. I was like, okay, let's just walk home then. So we ended up just walking home. But yeah, it was a really, really fun night. There was a little bit, there was one at the very, very end. There was a mishap. She had this white wrap over her face. And I don't know, she was trying to reveal, she was like saying goodnight or whatever, and she tried to take it off, and I think the fans kept sticking it to her face. So she kept trying to pull it, and she was being lowered, and she's like, I think she said, "Oh God damn it!"
Yeah, something like that. You could tell it
Something,
wasn't intentional.
She
Yeah.
was, and she just went down into the pit.
Somebody got fired after that.
Somebody got fired for that.
Bitch,
Yes,
I'm
that was-
Madonna, and I'm gonna fire you because I just look stupid on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you made
because
me
she's
look like an
literally
idiot.
trying to peel it
Yeah.
off, and she's like, oh hell, never mind. So, it was quite funny, but it was at the end of the show, which was good. So,
Okay.
but yeah,
All right, go check her out. Go see Madonna
yes.
if you can.
Awesome.
it's a great
concert.
tour.
All right,
And who knows,
kids.
it might be the last one. So
Yeah.
It
Oh,
could be the last one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, speaking of last ones, we're off next week, right? We're taking
We're
a
off
short
next
break.
week. So they
We
have a couple
are.
have a couple episodes after that, but then we're done until the fall.
Now, Andy, you mentioned done until the fall. When are contract negotiations? Sally Ann, do you know? I mean,
I haven't
inquiring
gotten an
minds wanna
email on
know.
that. I need to, my people need
Right,
to
I
look
mean-
at everything for
I
sure.
mean, we
So,
gotta get our
Mm.
lawyers and agents involved.
Mhm.
According to Gus, we need an agent
well,
now. So
just-
we need multiple agents apparently. So
a couple of notes to our listeners. We are off next week, taking our little Easter break. But
He's
then
ignoring us.
then the next week we are answering any and all viewer listener mail.
oh god.
Send in
any
your-
and all.
So send in
How
your
many
questions.
emails? How many emails have we gotten, Andy?
I haven't
So
checked.
so that'll be five minutes. What's
Yes.
after
So-
that?
So it'll be a really short show.
Yep. It's a
So-
really short show.
So our homework during our week off is to
Mhm.
all make fake emails,
Or
send them into the
Tell-
email
tell-
box.
tell your friends to go listen and to mail
And
in
ask
the
questions.
questions, and we will answer them. You can direct them to a specific person or whatever. Just send in your questions, and we will answer them online.
And just for the
Okay.
ones I'm expecting, yes, I'm married. Sorry.
God.
This
We're not
blouse is
asking about
taken.
you.
This blouse has found his skirt. Oh wait, the skirt has
Wait.
found his blouse. Whatever,
Wait,
you know what I
no.
mean.
The blouse has found a blazer. Come on.
Yeah, there we go.
And Andy, I know you don't want to talk about contracts, but we had to Google a lot of our own stuff today. So could we maybe get an assistant? to do our
Yeah.
Googling
Oh
for us?
yeah.
If we could each, it'd be nice to have our own assistant, but
Okay. Well, here,
I mean,
here's
there's
the
five
thing.
of us. If we could at least have two, so
Okay, well,
they could be working
Here's
in
the thing.
tandem.
If each of you would bite me,
Can't you ask Viola next time she's there to
She's
do some
fine.
research?
I'm
she's
gonna-
not.
Hang on a second.
Mm.
If we bite you, do we get MS? Is that how it works?
If
I want you to
you
look. Can y'all
Look.
see back there? Can y'all see back there how bored my cat is? Can y'all see him back there? He's like sound asleep on the bed
If
back
you-
there. He's like, I'm so over y'all. I can't see straight.
if you go to
So-
my Facebook page and click on the link and make a donation to my fundraising, because I'm wrong, it's not 2 weeks. The walk is on the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
We got-
okay.
It's on the 13th.
It's three weeks from this past Saturday.
Hang on a
And
second.
Andy, are you
So that's
walking in the
April,
walk?
right?
April, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
Andy, are you
Charlotte.
walking? Are you
Shannon, are we
walking in the
gonna do
walk?
it?
I'm
I'm
rolling.
looking. I'm
Okay.
looking.
That seems like you're cheating.
What-
Yeah, we
Okay.
should.
I
I'm
could do.
down.
I could do the 13th. Yep.
I
Okay.
could do it.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
3
Look,
weeks.
Look, I got my old people's little calendar. I have to keep track of all
Oh
that.
my God, I
I'm-
love it.
And my little old man, I have to write everything down.
I
Not
love
on my
it.
phone.
I have it. I actually
You
have
have a phone
calendar
actually
like
that does it too.
Yeah,
I
there's
have a
a calendar
phone
app
and
on
a
your phone.
calendar.
I'm just
But
saying,
we
you
could
know.
we could definitely I could walk on the 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could do
I'm in.
that.
Now
Unless
is
it's
this rain
raining.
or shine?
Yeah. If
It
it
still goes on
rains,
when it rains. If it rains.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
where
no,
is it in Frisco? We need to scope out the brunch places close
I'm
by.
not
Yeah.
sure. I'll send you the info.
Yeah.
But when you go register, make sure you sign up for my team.
Well, yeah.
And
Is the team name Candy's Lady Cox, or is that a different?
no, that's a different
It's
team.
the candy cock.
So if it rains, then we'll go walk
The
Indoors.
mall.
the patio
Yeah.
at
Go walk the
Hidden
mall.
The hidden door.
Door.
We'll walk from the hidden door to Roundup.
Well, Andy, maybe you could get some of our previous guests to join us, like
Oh, yeah.
Kevin or
I'll see it.
Becca,
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crystal. You know,
Yeah.
Yep. I
we could do
will.
a live reporting. So
Absolutely.
Do we have IFOSH t-shirts?
No, but we
Candy's
Candy.
cocks?
no.
Or the
but we
candy
can-
cocks?
we can
IFOSH
see
99?
see if that person that doesn't listen to our podcast can get them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
He's
there's
there.
others.
there's other sources.
Yeah, we could probably get a better deal from someone
Oh,
else.
Sarah or for imprint for certain.
Yeah.
All right, kids. So let's wrap
All right.
it up.
Yeah.
Yep.
it's
Our
late.
listen. Our listen. Our listeners are as bored as Sally Ann's cat back
Uh,
there. So
Sally
He's
Ann.
like sound asleep.
Sally
He's like,
Ann.
I'm so over y'all. What, baby? Oh yeah.
Wait.
So if y'all, we would love to answer questions. I mean,
Yes.
love to. And yes, Eva's taken. So the email address is ifosh99, IFOSH99 at gmail.com.
Yep.
Email us, or if you have a topic you want us to talk about, or if you want to be a guest, just
Bring
let
it.
us know.
Bring it.
And would love to have you. iFosh99. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, Henny. We're on all the socials. Look us up. Tag us in your happy hour pictures. All that fun stuff.
Absolutely.
everybody have a great Easter and a good week
Happy
off.
Easter.
Later. We'll see y'all in
Bark,
2
Happy
weeks.
Easter.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.